Hello YouTube. Right, it's been a while. I'm not sure how long it's been. It might have been a week, it might have been more. And yes, heads up, I am somehow in this warm weather that we've had recently in England, coming down with a bit of a cold. I don't even know how I got that. But anyway, let's skip the hellos and the greetings and get on to this. Now, I did say a little while back that I was going to be bringing out a new series, and I'm a man of my word. I'm just a bit of a delayed man of my word. So I'm going to be doing the first episode of the series in this video. It will be today. And we'll sum the series up for you in a minute, but just a quick update otherwise. I have again had IRL issues, not so much issues, it was actually to do with work. Let's just put it at that. And I am now working, I guess that's the way to put it. And with that and the weather and everything else, I've just ran out of time. You know, I haven't had enough time to put aside to actually sit down on RuneScape. I haven't actually been on and had a session in, I don't know, a week, maybe more, maybe 2 weeks, I don't even know, but I've lost track of it. Anyway, there's a quick update on my stats. I don't think they've changed much at all since you last saw them. And onwards to this series, guys. So I did say to you guys that I'm going to be bringing out a series, a few episodes of a series, and it's going to be what I think is quite original. I don't think it's been done before. If it has, please feel free to comment. I'm not claiming I'm the originator. I am just saying I think that I may be one of the few people that have ever done this as a series on YouTube. If I wasn't the first person, feel free to leave a comment in the credits and send me inbox messages, and I will credit the person whoever thought up this first. But anyway, onwards. My series is going to be called Zero to Infinity, and what I'm going to be doing, if you hadn't already guessed from what I just said, is I'm going to be making a series where I start from scratch. It's a rags to riches series, and specifically I'm going to be aiming to get a full set of Infinity and a Mage book from absolutely nothing. The only rules are I use all of my stats. I'm not allowed to access anything that's currently in my bank. Anything that I accumulate whilst videoing the series I can use to, of course, get hold of the Infinity robes. Now I'm just going to pause the video for 2 seconds to run you through the Infinity robes. Just so you know, guys, I'm not cheating. I honestly just killed 2 goblins. You can see the bones there for the 10 GP to get through the gate. I didn't even think about that. Again, I will resume in 2 seconds. Okay, so if you didn't see my video on Mage Training Arena, this is a quick guide to get there. Once you're in the duel arena, you just literally go north from the arena itself or the bank, and for that you get into these 4 portals, which are the mini games. Now that we're here, I'm going to run you through what we're going to be getting. So you trade rewards with the Guardian, and here we have Infinity robes, one of the most coveted items in game in my opinion. Right, so now there are 4 different disciplines that you will need to gain points in to be able to get these robes, and I'll left click on each one so you can see the crazy amount that I have to get, but I do have it all written down. Now for the top, that's 400 telekinetic grab points, 450 alchemist points, 4,000 enchant points, and 400 graveyard points. Now each mini game is, I don't know, hard in its own right, I guess, as again I will be going on to be showing you the mini games individually later on in other episodes. I will need to spend these points so that I'm out of fresh, so I'll do that for you now whilst I'm talking. And I made some totals. So with the 4 disciplines, to gain a full set of Infinity and a Mage's book, I'm going to need 1,995 of the first points, which are telekinetic grabs. That's 1,995 telekinetic grab points, 2,245 alchemist points, 27,000 enchant points, and again 1,995 graveyard points. Now I haven't done all of the mini games in a while because I tend to just do the enchant one, as I showed you in my Mage guide. It's really quick experience and you get a few runes back. It's of course they're a third the price of Nats. 4 cosmics, they're just under 100 each, so you get a lot more experience for your money at the end of the day. But of course you can profit through some alching, so it depends which way you wanted to do it, whether you wanted profit or whether you wanted super fast experience. Anyway, moving on from that, so with all of these points, of course I'll be able to get a full set of Infinity, and the Mage's book is included in that. And as I was saying, in my opinion, I think the hardest of all the mini games is, well, it depends if you're talking about tedious or hardest, but I would say the hardest is the graveyard, because of course you're getting damaged, you have to sort of stay on top of your game and everything else. And I don't know, the enchant one is so easy and so fast, so it does say 27,000 enchant points, but it's really not actually going to take that long. It's just a lot of cosmic runes, that's all it comes down to, which of course is what I'm going to be saving up for. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to start gathering up some money, and I'm going to show you the ways that with no items and no real, I don't know, wealth, how I would go about getting money. And I'm going to go to the Chaos Druids in Edgeville, so I'll resume when I'm there. Okay guys, so this series will be full of tips for you, and here is another huge tip. If you're ever doing anything like this where you're doing rags to riches, or you want to go and quickly train at like a low requirement spot, what you want to do is you want to be near Edgeville, and you want to come through the Barbarian Village here, and just literally type taking free food. Now it may take a while, but people here, some of them bot fishing, a lot of them are just power fishing because they've just made their account, or because trout and salmon are quick experience, so they're just trying to get, you know, fast levels up to lobsters or tuna or whatever. So if you stand here for a few minutes, you just say taking all free food. Eventually you'll get someone that'll give you an inventory of food, and then you can go and train. And of course, alternatively, if people don't give you the cooks, they will also drop their raws, so hopefully you've got a high enough cooking level. If not, you can always trade it to someone, and hopefully they will cook it for you. But as you can see, I've now got half inventory of food, which is more than enough to sustain me, and I will cook those. Okay guys, so I'm down at the Chaos Druids, and what I'm going to do now is probably spend, I don't know, a little while down here, and I'll pause the video and resume to show you which herbs I gained from my first inventory. Okay, so that's the first inventory, guys. Not great, I'll be honest, but it's kind of hitting hope. You know what I mean? If I get a couple of Ranars, literally, you know, 3 to 5 Ranars, that will sort me out for an anti-dragonfire shield, and probably an accumulator as well, and maybe a lower level crossbow or magic shortbow. And then, you may well have guessed it or not, I'm going to be going to green or blue dragons, which will probably be one of the best sources of cash. So I'm just going to sell these to the general store and see what I get. So this is what I managed to accumulate from a few herbs from the druids, and then I decided to top my cash up by pickpocketing the level 2 men, just because I ran out of food, hence why my health is level 2. So, you know, with higher pickpocketing, thieving, where you've done Desert Treasure, generally you're 53 plus, and with that I believe it's over triple loot from men. I'll just double check. Where is it, man? Okay, so I can't see it in there, but when you level up, it tells you whether you're getting double loot, and it's basically double the amount of coins from the person that you're thieving from. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to probably go and teleport home, run down to the Wizard Tower, and try and get hold of some blue robes. And as you can see, I've got the runes lined up that I got from the druids, and I'm going to be fire bolting the blue dragons. Okay guys, so this is what I got from the Wizard Tower, and I was aiming for a staff, but of course I realised they don't drop actual staff, so that's going to cost me 1,500 gold, and that's just the fire staff for the fire strike. But I've spent the original 1,100 gold on these mind runes and air runes, and these are a few of the runes and bits and bobs that I managed to get from the wizard. So I'm going to go and sell up now and see if I can get one of my fire staff, then onwards to blue dragons. Okay guys, so I just sold up at Falador, and this is what I managed to get for the extra runes and the robes. Most of that money came from the chaos and the natures. Just short of a fire staff, so I think I'm going to just pickpocket the guards. I think it's 1,500 for a staff. My voice went a bit funny there. So I'm just after 300 gold. Oh, you get quite a lot from these regular guards. I didn't even realise. Is that 25 gold a pickpocket? And what level are they to pickpocket? Oh, they're level 40. I guess that makes sense. 1,415, 445, 475. One more should do it for the fire staff. There we go, 1,500 gold. Let's top it up to 50. Let's go 1,600. Come on, one more. And then I will pause the video and go to Varrock and get me my fire staff. Here we are, guys. So one fire staff, that was 1,500, and that means I am now ready to go and fight my blue dragons. I'll just have to avoid the dragon fire. There is safe spots that I'll show you. So onwards to Falador now. So I've killed my first dragon, guys, and that took roughly 15 mind runes, which is actually really good. That's an insane amount of profit, and now I really understand why people do it so much. But of course I'm hugely risking it because I don't actually have an anti-fire on. So if I run out of this safe spot, which is just here, then I am going to get burnt a 30 or 40 in one hit, which would be unfortunate. But yeah, I will resume when I've finished up my mind runes. There you go, guys. So this was from just over 120, I believe 130 casts of Fire Strike, and I managed to get 4 dragon hides and 4 bones, which equates to, so the bones and the hides are actually pretty much the same price, about 1,700 for the hides, and we'll say 1,600 for the bones. So that is not too bad. I think it's about 13k. And then of course the extra bits there. So I'm going to have to go and sell these now. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to try and sell the bones and the hides. The only problem with this is I have a very small amount. So it's going to be a struggle to sell them. I may have to sell for under the actual asking price. But this guy here says that he is buying the blue hide for 1,750, which is, it's about average. You'd be lucky to get it for 1,800. Hopefully he doesn't decline. There you go. So in future, try if you want to sell blue D hides, trade Right My Life. There's a shout out for him. And yeah, that's about right. Thank you very much. I think that was actually overpay, if I'm honest, but never mind. And now for the bones, buying all D bones, 1.5k each. Okay, he's saying bulk though, so he's not going to buy my 4D bones, which is annoying. Okay, he says buying all D bones and bulk, so technically that's an oxymoron, but I doubt he even knows what that means. Come on, someone buy my dragon bones. Crixus V. Please buy my 4 dragon bones. You'll make me a very happy man if you do. Please, 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 please. I'll even sell them for slightly under, which is what you might find in this situation if you are. Oh god, no, he won't even buy them. That's a bit sad. Right, so for now, as I've got the 7k for those, I'll probably have to bank the D-bones. So that's 4 D-bones. And what I will then do is go and replenish my runes now, and then next time when it goes round to doing this same thing, I should have a decent amount of dragon bones and dragon hide. Okay guys, so I've got the 7.9k, and I'm just going to spend this on a nice replenished rune store world and see what I get for my money. Okay guys, so that was roughly 8k, 8,000 gold, and I've still got the 4 dragon bones banked of course, which is just under that, just around 6k. And I managed to get 550 mind runes and 1,096 air runes, which is just over 500 casts of course, and last time I had just over 100. So I'm going to be getting 5 to 6 times as many bones, which should be near on a full inventory. So we'll resume when I get down to the blue dragons. Alright, there we are, guys. So I came down here with 550 mind runes, and I'm down to just over 200, so that's 330 I've used, and that has gained me a full inventory. I'm going to have to bite hard, rather, and drop my hoarded items there. I can't work out the pattern. Can't do the pattern, can I? No. There we go, never mind. Anyway, so that is what I've got from just over 300 mind runes. So I'd say if you want a full inventory of bones and hides, you're going to want to bring 350 to 400 mind runes, depending on your mage bonus. Because, of course, after, I don't know, what level is it? 13. So after, say, 20 mage, everybody's got the capability of hitting the maximum of 8. I think everybody does at 13, but of course the higher your mage level, the more consistently you'll hit, I believe, anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Varrock on World 1 and sell these and see what I get. It should be, I think, near on 50k. Be right back. There we go, guys. So as I log on, there's somebody here buying blue hides, around 20-25k for these hides. That's going to be 21k. He's still busy. And is anybody here buying dragon bones? I don't think so yet. Okay, guys, so I've sold up, and it was 42k exactly. So that was 11 bones from the last trip, 4 bones from the trip before that I couldn't sell. So they sold for 21k, and the hides, it was it 12 hides, I think. I'll be able to look back on the video, and that sold for 21k as well. So what I'm going to do again is rinse and repeat. So I'm going to go to a non-populated world, buy out mind runes and air runes, and again stack up on these bones and hides. So there we go, guys. My current net worth is 42k, and I managed to save 4k just in case I need to buy any lore runes to teleport or anything. And I brought 5,000 air runes and 2,500 mine runes. Now, if you're going to do this, you can actually save a lot of money. I think the going rate right now is what it has been for a while. They're quite steady. Mine runes are about is it 15 to 20, maybe a little bit less than that, and air runes, same as the other elemental runes, are anywhere from 10, 11 upwards, maybe 12. Now, if you go to a world where they're full in stock, 5,000 of each, they all sell for 3 GP each, and if you carry on buying until, say, 10 GP each, so when they start costing 10 GP each, you haven't actually paid 10 GP each the full time, so you've, on average, I guess you've paid something like 7 or 8 GP for each of those runes, if you were to work it out. So you've actually saved a lot of money if you buy them from the stores, but of course it's just tedious to buy 10, but it's probably worth it in the long run. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take those runes down to the blue dragons, and I think I will call that for episode 1, and my net worth is 42k. So I hope you've enjoyed, guys, and leave a comment, like and subscribe. Tell me what you think I should do as a money making method in future episodes. Robin out.